Tēnā tātou katoa te whare. To the Minister for Social Development. Does she agree with the comment in today's New Zealand Herald that she is stripping away the rights of beneficiaries that she herself had as a sole parent? If not, why not?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr Speaker, I think it's important that we hear the entire statement which said Social Development Minister Paula Bennett has defended herself against claims she is a hypocrite for stripping beneficiaries of rights that she herself had as a sole parent. It's that member that, of course, made the statement, and I totally reject it. Maybe he should look in his own backyard.
Hone Harawira.
Point of order, Mr Speaker.
Point of order, Hone Harawira.
I was advised by the Clerk of the House that the word hypocrite was not... Order. The member will resume his seat. If a member chooses to use the word in relation to themselves, that's their business. What is not in order is in this House to accuse another member of hypocrisy or being a hypocrite. But if a member chooses to use it in relation to themselves, that's their right. Hone Harawira. Point taken.
Supplementary question.
Thank you very much. Does the Minister accept that being on the DPB, getting a student allowance, having a housing corp house and getting a housing corp loan when she was a young mum, while overseeing the cancellation of those same benefits to other young mums now that she is Minister, are reasons why beneficiaries think she is being duplicitous? Or does she think that comments like, "I pretty much fell apart because I was exhausted, I went back on the DPB," should only apply to her and not to any other young mum?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr Speaker, I must say that I'm kind of surprised that the member advocates for us to go back to the early 1990s. And to be clear, there is nothing like what we have as far as support that there is now for beneficiaries. For example, the government now pays around $2.7 billion in working for families' entitlements, compared to about $1.1 for the equivalent payments in 1999, and this is more than double. So there is more support going to beneficiaries right now. I think that member needs to look at the fact that he puts them down so much and thinks they're so worthless that they're not worth jobs and they're not worth the level of support that this side of the House is putting around those very people.
When the Minister talks about young mums going out to look for jobs, does she think young mums should be allowed to go to the front of the queue of the 150,000 people who are already unemployed? Or does she think that the young mums should be made to wait till the 150,000 get jobs first? And can she please tell us where the jobs are for the 150,000 who are already unemployed, so that young mums can then get in line for the next jobs?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr Speaker, the member could look in his own patch, actually. I have a newspaper article here in the forestry industry that is saying they can't get enough workers because of the drug taking that's going on, and some of those members are not stepping up, don't actually want the jobs. I was in Kawakawa just a few weeks ago, where I heard about someone that had 19 jobs and could not fill them. 2 young women had gone into a job in hospitality in his own patch. Within 3 days, their boyfriends came along and told them they didn't want to see them working because they didn't want to see them getting ahead of themselves. We're going to back those young women. We are going to back them into work and try and get them off benefits. That member may not think that they are worth it, but we do.
Question number 5, the Honourable Phil Goff.
Mr Speaker,